inserting, and you are watching Selling Seattle.
That's so fucking smart. That was really smart.
We're heading to New York City.
I don't give advice that I don't take. This is the moment. How's it going?
Good.
Has it been going so far good?
Yeah.
What have you guys done? Thanks for being a part of this, and let's rock and roll. Phil, why don't you start us?
Sweet. So I'm Phil. I've been selling real estate in Seattle for 10 years. And over the last 6 months, I've focused on growing my team.
Okay.
So that started with sort of a hybrid assistant / buyer's agent.
Mm-hmm.
And then added Dylan down there as a videographer.
Amazing.
D-Rock.
Yep.
So that's been going for 2 months or so. So we're here to course correct, learn, go deeper on what we can be doing. And then also figure out when I say I want to grow, what does that actually mean? What does that look like? So.
And grow in either, you're trying to decide, do you want to be a personal brand and sell books and speak and do that route versus continue to sell homes?
I'd like to grow the real estate business. That's my main priority. But as I see the winds of change coming in that industry, I want to be positioned to pivot if I need to.
My name's Dylan, and I actually kind of started out by wanting beer money in college. So I got hired to make posters, and no one was looking at them. It was like this sleepy little community college. And so I just Googled, what do people look at? What do college kids look at? And your videos came up. And so I started posting videos, and then people started showing up to events and like crazy, like never before, like we were breaking records. And a year later, I quit college, and I'm here.
Was this the first thing that came up when you said, what do college kids look at?
So I posted on Craigslist looking for my own D-Rock, pretty much period.
Like literally that's what it said?
Maybe one other sentence.
That's really interesting.
It's like 2 sentences.
So I knew that whoever replied would know what's up. And
That's so fucking smart,
That's
man.
good.
That was really smart.
I have 2 kind of overarching questions. One would be, we're 2 months into, a month into posting maybe, with the vlog, and we're trying to figure out what our audience is.
Okay.
So there's kind of 2 main routes I see. One would be going direct to consumer and trying to attract new clients that way.
Sure.
Or going more heavy on real estate topics that would attract referral business.
That's right.
And maybe the answer is both.
The answer is both.
The answer is both. Okay.
The answer is both because you don't have restriction of distribution. The part that people are confused about when I tell artists to put out a song every day, or I would tell him to put out as much art as possible, is the reason like people get confused about what was happening in the prior world. This internet thing allows you to have unlimited distribution. A television and print world didn't. There's only so many pages in the newspaper.
Right.
There was only so many shows on radio or television. Like, so people got used to putting on a pedestal quality over quantity. My question is both. Like, if you are capable, because you hire infrastructure or you have it in you, to put out unlimited. Do you know how many, like everybody we look up to in the arts would have done it differently. Like Prince would have 8,000 more songs. They would. And maybe not, you don't know every personality, but like the answer is both because you can. And more importantly for all of you, and this is definitely for all of you at some level, and you should when it's a land grab. Hundreds of years ago on this island, somebody sat right fucking here, but probably on the floor, and said, should I buy land here or on the east side? The answer was both. Because Manhattan property was underpriced. This is about property, attention. The answer is both. And to me, the reason it's really both is the other thing that people don't take into account. Unlimited amount of real estate agents want to do it too. Anybody can do it, which means everybody can do it. So, I'm just, the answer, to me, this is the reason I've become unbelievably loud. I've been making content on the internet for a decade. Pretty much every day, except for 2 years in the middle of VaynerMedia, right? The reason I've exploded in the last 18 months is because I decided, oh fuck, this is really special. Like kind of 1999 to 2001 special. We're transitioning and I don't think people understand how big it really is, let me go harder. You have to go hardest when it's the best time to go hardest. Thank God I cleared out my bank account to invest in Facebook, Twitter, and Tumblr. I was right. And the truth is, I'm patting myself too much in the back. I still held back some, and I wish I didn't. It was time to go hardest. So, for everybody here, please understand one thing, no matter what you do, this is the hardest time to go, because people are starting to figure this out. My points of view on influencer marketing, Facebook ads, podcasts are a lot less rogue and futuristic and different today than they were 18 months ago, than they were 36 months ago. This is starting to be accelerated, which means everybody knows. There's not a single contemporary of this young man's life that doesn't think this is it. There is only this. Everything else we spend our time and energy on doesn't exist. So the answer is absolutely both, brother.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
This is the time to go hard,
Yeah.
right?
I guess the hardest thing I haven't figured out how to, there's awareness with the consumer,
Yep.
but I haven't hacked social where I can like post something or even over a month and get someone to say, oh, I saw this post, let's buy a house. Because it's like a need-based thing, you know what I mean?
Of course. Let me give you a couple things. One, I didn't either on wine. I just went hard for 6 years before awareness became the thing. Like, you're absolutely right, and you know it's awareness. Everything in some level is need-based. There's just waters every day, house is not, right?
Right.
Doesn't mean that awareness is still not needed.
Right.
I think the thing that you need to understand, you two, is I'm talking about 48 months of every day doing it right. And I think people think they're gonna watch a GaryVee video, see some sort of hack on a hashtag, and 3 weeks later, they're gonna be the $1 million listing.
Right. Understood.
And that's it. Now the cool part is, across the board, and obviously he's the youngest, but I look around this room, I'm like, all right, everybody's we're all gonna be rolling for another 30. I don't know, minimum, right? That's a long time.
Yeah.
And so I think 4 years of perfect execution bleeding out of your eyeballs is not a lot of time. A lot of people do. A lot of people don't want to hear that it took 5 years to start to have the thing happen. I just think that's the only way it is. I think I apologize, your name again?
Jackson.
I think Wall and Jackson are in for 4 years before it's got a little something. You know, what they're probably really aiming for is the next presidential election 2 years from now, but it's probably the one after that. That's 6. And when you're in your mid-20s, 6 feels heavy. I'm excited. I think 15 years from today, I'm gonna be maybe in my prime, right? 57, that's as long as he's been alive. So I don't think we've put time in perspective, which I think help. I think I give these simple, it's a really interesting moment for me right now. I think I give these simple answers. And they're like, that's not right. Easy for you to say, and I think it's because of my perspective on time, that I think I take for granted that others haven't calibrated. All of a sudden, if it's not about 100 days of why did I keep posting everything and not get a sale from a listing, and you're saying to yourself, I'm gonna eat shit and invest in people and overhead and time, take away from my leisure, but it's gonna take 37 months before I pop, and I might learn everything on Facebook and Instagram, but fuck, I've gotta take that skill and put it on Beluga, which is the hot shit now. That fucks with people, right?
Yeah, totally.
I just don't think people are thinking the way I'm thinking. 3, 7, 9 years. And by the way, that's the story of my life. Only now is it really hit critical mass, right? 3 years ago, one person took a selfie with me outside every week. Now it's 7 in 2 minutes, right? But that took time, and that took I also went crazy. I went and built a 20-person team because I'm eating my own dog food. I believe this is the moment. So I think you have to do both because they're both in your interest, but I think you have to put it in perspective. And I think what you need to do is take home less money over the next 4 years and invest it into infrastructure.
I'm starting to do that, but it's tough.
It's tough because you became used to the things that money did for you.
Totally.
By the way, it's tough for my dad. He didn't do anything with his money. He just liked having it in his bank. Other people get used to having a nice vacation or a 4th bedroom in their house that they don't use. I know it's tough, but everything good is tough. You know how tough it is for me running? Guys, only James knows this. I eat my dog food. You know what's tough? Not making any money from VaynerMedia when I'm working my fucking face off. I'm gonna make more money going to Asia tonight for 4 days than I'm gonna make running VaynerMedia this year. Facts. I don't give advice that I don't take. This is the moment.
I'm taking.
Makes sense, right?
Yeah, totally. So my last question, you spoke at the
Mayors of the town.
You said that,
I
but you
believe.
also said the gatekeepers for the school info.
Yes, I love that.
So I took that and
Literally.
put that on steroids,
Good.
and I created a website. It's cost me about $20,000.
Yes. Keep talking.
But I launched it last year, and I think it's a content problem. But it sort of has just, like, it's launched, it's there, it looks sexy, but it hasn't. We're only a year in.
It's not a content problem, it's an awareness problem.
Okay.
Are you marketing it?
No.
Cool. If
But-
you write a headline,
My fear is, like, when people get there. Are you familiar with School Digger and Great Schools? Those are the trusted sources. That's the main. That's like the Facebook of school info.
yeah, but so was the Fortune and Forbes and Wall Street Journal were the trusted business people, and I'm getting more traffic than them.
But I guess I don't have the info that they have.
Then you need to find different info. So there's info, and then there's opinion.
Okay.
An article that Principal Thompson's a piece of shit or is the greatest of all time is probably a good strategy.
Okay.
You know, if you're going to be in the media business, you have to be in the media business.
Yeah.
I have a funny feeling you can find. Listen, one thing I know about modern parenting, they're way too deep in the trenches of their kids. I have a funny feeling you can find multiple parents who are willing to run opinion pieces of content about the school district.
Got it.
Got it?
Okay. So what we're looking at then would be at least one other person that's almost dedicated
Correct.
to that whole thing.
That's right.
Okay.
But again, Karen Smith or Rick Thompson in town probably would be happy to be the editor-in-chief of the opinions of teachers and what you're in the greatest era ever. We are in the micromanagement parenting kingdom of all time, which means like you can get free content all day long because they're so deep in and they so want to pontificate and they want power.
Got it. So when I set out for this, my goal was sort of to
Use it.
drive leads, basically, right?
Right,
But
which is
I'm kind of wondering if it needs to pivot more towards, we still have that opinion pieces and have good content up there, but it's more of like a goodwill brand to the community. Sort of.
I think that's right. You know, if you were asking me, like as passionate as I was about my answers for that, from what I'm sensing, I'd rather you just do content in town in a 360 way. Hal's sub shop is the best sub shop. Rick Thompson's the best third grade teacher. This pothole on Main Street's a piece of shit. Can we fix it?
Yeah.
Got it?
Okay.
Mayor, like holistically.
Yeah. Got it. Okay.
Cool.